Arlington County is the most expensive DC suburb with a median sales price of $660,000. And in this video, we're not going to be looking at averages. We're going to be looking at the very high end of the market and take a look at the most expensive properties that have closed in Arlington in 2020. Now, to set the stage, in 2019, the most expensive property closed for $2.91 million. This year, that number would barely make our top 5 list. Prices have increased across the board, and you're going to want to watch the whole video because the most expensive property on our list closed for 15 times the price of the second most expensive property. So lots of highly priced properties on this list. Let's get it started with number 5, which is unit 1902 at Turnberry Tower, a condo that closed for $2.88 million. Unit 1902 at Turnberry Tower features 3 bedrooms plus a den, 3.5 bathrooms, and a whopping 3,045 square feet. The condo has floor-to-ceiling glass windows that feature western exposure over Arlington, a large private balcony, direct elevator access, and a spacious and open floor plan that comes with all the fixtures and features that you would come to expect at a luxury building like Turnberry Tower. Turnberry Tower is still the premier luxury building in Arlington for high-rise luxury living. And with the recent implosion of the Holiday Inn property, some units at Turnberry Tower will get an even better view of DC and the Potomac River, albeit a temporary view until the building next door is built. The Pierce Condominium right down the street should give Turnberry a run for its money, as there's units at the Pierce selling for over $3 million. We'll have to see how things shake out once the Pierce condominiums deliver in summer of 2021. Number 4 on our list is 3717 27th Street North in the Riverwood neighborhood. This home sold for $2.95 million in October and features 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 5,400 square feet, and sits on half an acre of land, which for Arlington County is pretty large. What's interesting about this house is that it was actually built in 2013. Usually the only homes making this list are those new construction homes, but this one is over 7-8 years old now, and for the most part, it's stood the test of time. The designer kitchen features white quartz countertops, a wolf range, a sub-zero fridge, a large kitchen island, and a nice area for eating in the kitchen. The hardwood floors are probably a little bit darker than I personally like, but I do like the contrast of the dark floors with the bright white kitchen. The kitchen flows into the living room, which features large windows and excellent natural light. The staircase that leads up the stairs has a minimalist look to it that I really like. And having been built in 2013, this staircase is ahead of its time, as we're seeing the floating staircase be more popular. It's not for everyone, but I enjoy the look. The main bedroom features floor-to-ceiling windows and an outdoor patio. The bedroom is not huge and it's not ideal for a TV setup, but it certainly goes along with the minimalist character that we've seen throughout the house. As we head to the ensuite bathroom, the goal of this bathroom appears to be to keep the views of the wooded area. You have these 2 glass enclosures. One of them is a shower. Now, I don't know about you, but I like privacy when I shower, and I would hope that this glass frosts over. And then you have this other glass frosted structure. This is actually where the toilet is. And again, I don't know about you, but I feel like I could see someone who's like in the bathroom, like maybe an outline of them, or maybe I could see their feet, like you're at a restaurant or like an airport bathroom. So to me, not my choice. I understand the symmetry, I understand the minimalism, and I like the cool built-ins there, and you get to keep the view, but I do think it's a little weird that they went with this option for the bathroom. We'll finish up downstairs, and you got everything you need down here. You have your Peloton room here. I don't want to mix up the brands. You have the Nordic track here, and you have a pull-up bar. It looks like the ceiling goes up a little bit so you won't hit your head. That's a nice touch. And then you have your 5th bedroom down here for an au pair or in-law or guest with the connected bathroom. As we come out, we actually have the laundry room here. This is actually a sign of an older home because the newer homes have the laundry room, of course, on the top level, so you don't have to go up and down the stairs every time you need to do a load of laundry. And here we have the main basement space, and you'd have your TV here, what looks like a playroom that a kid has taken over here. This to me looks like an adequate space. This TV area isn't huge. Maybe you can flip-flop the TV area and the playroom, but you have the fireplace framing the TV, and that looks pretty nice. And finally, I love this open area right here by the staircase. It doesn't have a cavernous feel that some other basements can give off. Okay, one last note about this house is you have a 3-car garage with a potential 1-bedroom apartment above the garage. So if you're thinking to yourself, wow, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, that is such a small space. No way I could do that. Well, you get a 6-bedroom above the garage. Let's move on to number 3 on our list, which will be at a similar location. We're gonna go back to Turnberry Tower and check out unit 2301, which closed for $3.2 million. This is a 3-bedroom plus den, 4.5 bath, 4,400 square foot floor plan. It's truly a penthouse in the sky, and it's a different floor plan than the previous Turnberry Tower listing. This one faces DC, it faces the river, it faces Georgetown, and so the developer took advantage of that by curving the floor plan to show the view to as many rooms as possible. This unit sold for $720 per square foot when compared to the last condo on our list, unit 1902, which sold for $946 per square foot. Well, this is starting to look like a deal for this buyer. So you have 4,400 square feet in the sky. And remember, Turnberry Tower is white glove service. It has some of the best amenities out there. What does that mean? 24-hour concierge service, valet parking, private spa, private fitness center, entertainment space, and so much more. That will, of course, come at a price of about $3,500 per month for the condo fee. Number 2 on our list is 2722 North Norwood Street. This home sold for $3.35 million. It's new construction, so unfortunately we don't have photos of the inside, but what we do know is it's 5 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, and 3 half bathrooms coming in around 5,000 square feet. And since we can't look at the inside, let's take a look at the outside and let's take a look at the location. And the first thing that we're gonna notice is that this house is actually across the street and on the same block as another house that made this list, 3717 27th Street North. They're literally on the same cul-de-sac. Usually houses that show up on the most expensive houses of Arlington list are located in Bellevue Forest, Country Club Hills, and Lion Village. But what we're starting to see is that Riverwood and Dover Crystal are making this list simply because the people that have lived in these neighborhoods are now starting to sell, and usually they're smaller Rambler style houses on larger lots, which is the Arlington algorithm to get a $3 million house built. So if you are in this price bracket, I would definitely keep your eye on Riverwood and Dover Crystal moving forward, not only because there are going to be a lot of new construction homes in this area on larger lots that are actually closer to DC than Bellevue Forest and Country Club Hills. And I know you could say, oh, well, you just go take Chain Bridge Road. Well, I'm talking about downtown DC, Georgetown, Foggy Bottom, K Street, right? The parts of, downtown DC. So these neighborhoods, definitely highly sought after. Additionally, it's going to be a change of pace compared to Lion Village and Maywood. Neighborhoods I love, but just have different qualities. Maywood, Lion Village, smaller streets, older housing inventory that is a little bit closer together. There's a little bit more room to breathe in Riverwood and Dover Crystal. It's kind of like McLean in Arlington, and that may make sense to some of you. Some of you, it's not going to make any sense at all, but I think you get what I'm saying. There's a lot more space in these neighborhoods, and you don't sacrifice location. Okay, with that being said, it's time to take a look at the most expensive property that sold in Arlington in 2020, and this property on Chainbridge Road sold for $45 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $45 million. Where to even begin? First of all, this is the most expensive property that has ever sold in the DC metro area, ever in the history of the world of the DC metro area. The previous most expensive property was Jackie Kennedy's childhood home known as Marywood, which sold in 2018 for $43 million, which is right down the street from this property, what's known as the Gold Coast of McLean on Chainbridge Road, right along the Potomac River. This is actually in Arlington, so it makes this list. The property on Chainbridge Road has 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 6 half bathrooms set on 4,800 square feet. The entire property encompasses 3.2 acres. The main house is known as the Falls, as the home is set upon the cliffs overlooking the Potomac River. The property was purchased in 1999, and the home was built for former late AOL CEO James Kimsey. The estate was originally listed in 2018 for $62.95 million. The main residence features amenities such as a private lounge, wine cellar, custom mahogany library, wet bar, media room, private service kitchen, exercise room, massage room, outdoor terrace, infinity pool, and let's not forget a private underground parking garage for you and 29 of your closest friends. Now, I keep saying main house because there's actually 2 houses on the property. The second house is known as the Marden House, and this property was actually designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1952 and was built in 1959. Kimsey had been using this property as a guest house. Now, technically, the Marden House appears to be in McLean, but since the Falls is in Arlington, and that's the property that we're basically talking about, we're gonna include the Marden House in this list. Kimsey purchased the Marden House in 2000, just after he built his massive house, so obviously he wasn't gonna live in the Marden House, but the Marden House was in such disrepair that some people thought whoever bought it was just gonna tear it down. Kimsey thought that that would be disrespectful to the Frank Lloyd Wright legacy, so Kimsey decided to keep the house and refurbish it to its past glory. One other note about the Marden House is when you look at it from above, it looks like a fish to pay homage to the Potomac River that it overlooks. So we need to talk about the elephant in the room, which is obviously the price. How is this price 15 times higher than the next highest priced property? First of all, depending on what source you're looking at, the square footage appears to be 48,000 square feet, with at a price tag of $45 million, comes out to about $937 per square foot, which is reasonable. Houses in Arlington sell for $900 per square foot. They sell for $1,000 per square foot. It doesn't happen often. A lot of times they are condos, but it does happen. Second of all, we're looking in the most expensive jurisdiction in the DC suburb area at the most private, exclusive, sought-after neighborhood. So when you add all those up, you get this factor. And although another house will probably not sell for 45 mil in the next few years, I can pretty much guarantee that the next property that sells on Chainbridge Road in Arlington will make the list of the top 5 most expensive houses in Arlington. Looking forward to next year in 2021, I think the barrier to entry of this list is going to continue to rise, and my prediction is that you need to be at least $3.1 million to make this list. Time will tell, so be sure you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss that video or any other videos on Arlington, Virginia real estate, and be sure to like this video if you enjoyed this content. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Create a productive day. Take care.